When the US is busy focusing in the Middle East, meddling in other people's business, trying to meddle in other people's economy, destroying their countries and bring instability in those countries, something very serious it's about to happen. Yes, you heard me correct. The North Korean leader just called for his military to be ready for war. A war against which countries? Of course, you are going to find out in this video, because we had prepared for you a short report of what the leader of North Korea has done and have told to his nations. These people, we all know that they've been in a very serious conflict with the US, and this conflict has been trending for many years. This is about time the North Korea have to launch this attack against the United States of America. In order for you to understand exactly what you are trying to say here, have listened to this report, watch it more careful, then I'll be back with more analysis.
It's a busy week in Pyongyang for the North Korean government. Senior leaders are pulling up in their Mercedes-Benz limousines. The cars are technically banned in North Korea because of sanctions imposed on luxury goods, but it seems they're easily available to the top North Korean officials. All these senior Workers' Party of Korea leaders are gathering in the capital for a year-end review. Every year, there's a plenary meeting of the party's Central Committee. This year is no different. The senior leadership has gathered to present their reports and, of course, praise the visionary policies of their supreme leader, Kim Jong-un. Look at their reactions when the man of the moment arrived. The excitement and the devotion. Kim had to wave to them and tell them to settle down. Like a rock star asking the audience to be quiet and let the show begin. And much like a famed rock star, Kim was sure to play his greatest hits. He issued the diktat they'd all come to hear: accelerate war preparations. Yes, like every year, Kim made sure to call for more military readiness, and the crowd went wild. Another standing ovation. There was non-stop cheering in the bright red party hall and also over at North Korean state media stations. Kim had given the word. North Korea would fight back. Against whom? The US, apparently. And by extension, American allies in the Far East. Kim's war preparation order was issued to 3 entities: the North Korean military, the country's military-industrial complex, and of course, the nuclear weapons sector. Pyongyang has been making big strides on that third front. Last week, the country had test-launched a new intercontinental ballistic missile, the Hwasong-18. The nuclear-capable missile can reach any corner of the US. That's what Japan and South Korea are saying. The 2 American allies have been quite worried since last week's launch. South Korea has even begun military drills, just in case Pyongyang decides to go for a surprise attack. Kim Jong-un didn't seem too concerned about his southern neighbor yesterday. His eye is on the big prize, the overbearing Uncle Sam. Kim plans to work with like-minded allies to counter Washington. He said he would expand strategic cooperation with anti-imperialist independent countries. Most likely, that means Russia. Kim met with Russian President Vladimir Putin earlier this year. He's been accused of selling weapons to Moscow for use in the Ukraine war. So expanding that relationship is a logical next step. According to reports, that will also help with North Korea's luxury car smuggling. Clearly something that's important to the ruling party. Kim's cheering officials do seem to like their Mercedes Maybachs. Maybe those were discussed during the meeting as well? It was, after all, about Pyongyang's plans for 2024. North Korean media just shared a jingoistic snippet of the whole affair. More policies were certainly announced, but we'll have to wait for a few more days for those details. The Hermit Kingdom usually televises Kim's grand speech every New Year's Day. This little speech was just a teaser. There's a lot more to come.
After watching this report, I believe you are all in the same page as we do. So guys, through this report, you understand that there's a lot of things which we need to discuss about, but we'll just try to summarize the main point which will make you understand exactly why the North Korea, Kim Jong, have to make this move against the US, though he could not pronounce it directly in his speech, but he had to make this move because we all know when we're talking about the North Korea engaging themselves in a war, obviously we are talking about the US and the all US alliance. So this is what they've been doing all this time. Now guys, we know that this is a pending conflict that these two nations they've been having, and you're not gonna tell me that the Koreans, they are the one who went and provoked the United States of America, but it is the United States of America, as they always do in different countries, to meddle in other people's affairs. So they did the same with the North Korea government. Now we all know that since then their relationship never been that good, because North Korea, they believe that they are a sovereign country and they are free to do what they're supposed to do according to the terms and conditions which apply to their sovereignty. Now, seeing another country coming in their affair or trying to interfere in their business, that is something that they could not accept, because we all know that that country is being led by dictatorship, from a grandfather to the son, from son to the grandson, and it keeps on going on like this because it is kind of like a family empire which the people of North Korea, they have accepted and they worship it. Guys, when you look through that video, you can even see for yourself on how the people of North Korea, they are appreciating their leader. Some of them, they're even crying. They love their leader. They are accepted to be led by those kind of people. They are accepted to be led by a dictator, and they are free in their positions, the way they are doing their things. But seeing the United States of America making this move to always go and try to impose their leadership to other nations, that was something that people of North Korea could not accept. That was something that the leadership of North Korea could not tolerate. And that is how it ended up invading or bringing this conflict between the US and North Korea leadership, starting from the father to the son and the grandson. Under all their leadership, no one never wanted to work with the US. And they managed to implement this kind of hatred among their nations. You're never gonna find a Koreans who will accept to welcome in Americans because they consider Americans as their enemy. They are even teaching their children in school. Well, guys, there is this moment, you all know that there is this American former basket player who is very good to Kim Jong. And this man, he always visits North Korea. He even invests over there. He does business with the government because he's a friend or a big basket player to Kim Jong since his childhood. And this man, he had easy access to go in and out of North Korea. But this time, he decided to make a documentary that he's supposed to bring some group of American basket players to go and play some baskets versus some North Korea national basket team. Now, as they arrive in the country, you won't believe what happened, how they treated them. Of course, they treated them very well. They made them feel comfortable. They make them feel that they are the special or a guest of honor. But the one thing that they could not trust them with was to make sure that they must not know what has been happening in America, in North Korea, because they don't want anything to do with Americans. Because according to these people, they believe that Americans, if they have to enter the country, they will have to come in and try to find what are the secrets about North Korea. They would like to find out exactly what are these people up to, what are them planning, because they can come in as basket players, but they might be in the mission. In that basket team, there could have been some mercenaries who have been already been employed inside the team or among these people. And they have to make sure that these people, all the place where they're supposed to be attending, should be a place where they can only have a obvious information, but not the most secret which concern the North Korea leadership, because they know that they might use these people to come and find something that they can use against them. So you see the kind of relationship which the North Korea leadership they have with the US. And trust me, these people, they have understand now that the Americans in the past years, they've been having only one missions around the world, which is to neutralize each and every powerful nations when it comes to the nuclear bombs, when it comes to the military, how strong it can be, when it comes to the strong economies. They are trying to neutralize everyone because they are busy losing their power, because they are losing controls over certain things. Because, for an example, when Africans are busy dishonoring the US with France, and on the other side, we are having China, who's busy strengthening up their relationship with Africa countries. And this is something that the Americans, they don't want it to happen. So North Korea leadership, they have understood that already, and they have to come up with a plan, because they know very well that if we let America to go ahead and dominate everyone around the world and trying to attack other countries via other countries, neighboring countries, we'll be the next one, because they already did that in Syria. They did it in the Ukraine. Now they're in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine. Obviously, their next target, it will be for them to go over there in North Korea. And obviously, I always tell you that Americans, they will never gonna attack a country straight away from America. They will have to use another neighboring country in order for them to attack one nation. So they use this neighboring country as their military base, where they'll formate it, they'll give them everything, all the necessary weapons they need, so that this country will fight other countries. That's what they're doing. So the North Korea, they are asking, the leader of North Korea is asking his people to be ready, to be prepared for war, because they know already that very soon they'll be the next one in the chapter. And America will use its alliance, which are over there. We are talking about Japan, we are talking about Korea, we are talking about all those Americans alliance who are over there, who are representing the NATO nations. These are the countries who will have to go through the conflict with North Korea, so that America will come through and try to start attacking North Korea. So they have already understand this game, because remember, these people, they have a very strong secret service that don't just go around and mess things. They have a strong secret service that keep all the secret, and they know quite a lot of things. So they kind of like preparing themselves not to attack their neighbors. Okay, don't get it wrong. They are not asking to be ready for war, not for them to attack their neighboring countries. Instead, they are getting ready to attack the US. Through the report that I just played for you, you heard that last week Kim Jong launched another nuclear bomb, which they say, according to the way they fabricate it, they say this missile, it can hit to any corner in the US, at any corner. So if they can be able to invent this kind of missile, which means the USA citizens, they are not safe anymore. In case if US try to do something to the North Korea, if North Korea have to respond back, trust me, they will respond back in a very harsh way, in a very hard way, and they will respond back by destroying a part of the US. And that was their mission all this time. And that is the same problem US is having with Iran right now, because Iran also, they are busy inventing their nuclear bombs, which can be able to reach over there in the US. And the US, they don't want that. They don't want to see any nations around the world which can be able to at least provide kind of missile that can reach their country. They want them to be the only nation in the world who can have any type of missile that they can launch from America, and it can reach to any country that they choose to attack around the world. That is why you see the US, they're more focusing in the Middle East, attacking Iran via Israel and Palestine, making it look like no, it is a personal conflict between Hamas group and the Israel government, which we all know that it is false, because so far all the proof that we're having in our possession, even what they're trying to show us on their medias, it does not match to what these people have been saying all this time. Do you know why? Because we all know now what they are up to when it comes to in the Middle East. They are there, of course, they are pretending to be in Israel or helping Israel so that Israel will continue committing serious suicide against humanity, killing women and children, but yet they are the one who are behind trying to attack Iran, and Iran does not want that. That's the reason why. That is the reason why you are seeing Iran. They're also responding by destroying all the ship that the US they have placed in the Middle East. They are trying to make sure that no satellite, no any weapons that can cross or stand above Ukraine country. So they've been doing that. Now the North Korea, they have also understand this game. They were like, okay, if yesterday it was in Ukraine, today it is in the Middle East, obviously will be the next. And already, you guys, you saw there were serious allegations against the Kim Jong government, saying that no, they are the one who've been supplying Russia, Vladimir Putin, with weapons in order for him to destroy Ukraine. Well, these are the kind of the allegations which they even threaten the North Korea government with serious sanctions in case if they have to prove this. But we still wait and see. And on the other side of the North Korea, they don't even care after all. For them, they kind of like believe that this is just waste of time, because they have already received a lot of sanctions. Do you guys still remember the time when Donald Trump was in power, when this North Korea leadership, they were busy launching missile wire. You could see how they impose sanctions against them, but those people, they don't care at all, because they are managing to survive among themselves. They are not depending on the US dollar. They are not depending on the US website or internet or Google or MasterCard, as we see other nations keep depending on the Americans. They are not there actually. They don't even care at all. So whenever they put sanctions on them or not, that's not a big deal for them. Actually, they are managing to survive among themselves with whatsoever they're doing there as their activities. So, are we now facing, or are we about to experience the World War III? That's just a question, because we need to understand what is happening. We need to have an idea of what is happening, okay? Are we about to experience another World War III? That is the questions we're leaving to you. Drop us your comment in the comment section. Tell us also what you think about what we just discussed with you through this video, and what the North Korea they are up to, because their enemy that they want to attack, or the enemy that is making them be ready for the war. Obviously, we all know it, and that is the US and the US alliance that are found around neighbor countries in North Korea. So, guys, that will be all for today in this video. Please don't leave without you giving us your thumbs up. We really do appreciate, because this count a 1+. And please make sure that you hit subscribe button if you want to find more from us. If you want to join this big family of Cool Buzz TV, you are more than welcome. Just hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be able to catch us in our next video. For now, continue to be yourself, be good, be kind. Have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon. Ciao, ciao.